How's it going, my fellow collectors? I am back again with another Hot Toys figure review. And this time we're going to be taking a look at the MMS 745 Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, Darth Sidious. So we're going to jump right into it and talk about the source information. I've already talked about it enough, I think, with the Anakin Skywalker figure, the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. So I think I also talked about it in the Mace Windu figure. So I pretty much talked it to death, so I don't feel the need to get into it a lot. So I'm just going to tell you guys the score right away. It got an 8 out of 10. So that's what this category is going to get. 8 out of 10. And as you can see, right now I got him in the pose with his Force Lightning hands. We'll talk more about those hands later. But yeah. Alright, so that does it for source information. Now we're going to move on to the next category. Alright, so we've made it to the category of packaging. And it's pretty much in theme with the rest of the Star Wars Hot Toys figures. It's black and gray theme with a V cut in the middle. In the front, you get an image of the Darth Sidious front and center, and a reflective chrome finish with the Star Wars logo. And then you get the cigar band that wraps around. This time it's in a orange color. And more pictures of the Darth Sidious figure in different poses. Wraps around all the front and both sides. And on the very bottom, you get the movie Masterpiece logo. And on the bottom right, you get the Hot Toys logo. And then as we turn it to one side, you can see the cigar band continue to wrap around. It says the same thing that it says on the front. And then the Hot Toys logo again. And then again, in even smaller words, it says the same thing again, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Nothing else. It's just the split of the gray and black. Same thing on the other side, but this time there's a image of the Darth Sidious figure. And also you have the Disney logo there as well. And then on the bottom, you just get, on the top, you get the Star Wars logo again, but this time it's in a matte white color. And same thing on the bottom. On the back, it says Hot Toys presents Movie Masterpiece series. You get the Movie Masterpiece logo again. And then MMS 745, Darth Sidious 1/6 scale collectible figure. And then you get the Hot Toys logo and all the stores that sell Hot Toys and their products. And then you get the warning label and stuff that nobody really reads. On the very bottom, you get the barcode and the Disney sticker seal of approval. And then once we open it up, you get the slip cover showing the figure and a little Photoshop image of electricity and the lightsaber and all that, and a little bit of sparks there on the bottom. And then behind that, we get the blister showing the figure and all of its accessories. But as you can see, I already took the figure out. So yeah. Like I said before, nothing special. Basic Hot Toys Star Wars theme. So, but the packaging was damaged a little in shipping. Not surprising. Yeah, so I mean, I did get it directly from Sideshow, and they don't double box their figures, so it came in the regular brown shipper. So it got a little dinged up in transport here. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, basic design. So it's gonna get a 5 out of 10. All right, so that takes care of the packaging. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. Okay, so now we've made it to the category of likeness. And I don't think there's no question, guys. This likeness is spectacular. Down to the last minute detail. You see like the shadowing in the eyes, all the scars and wrinkles on his face, the very pronounced forehead. It's all accurate to how he looked in the movie. That expression on his face, it just, every time I see it, it reminds me of his maniacal laughter, while he was fighting Yoda. So I think Hot Toys captured the moment spot on. The only minor complaint I have is that you do notice the seam that goes around sort of the back of his head, and now it's not focusing. There we go. So yeah, you do notice that. I mean, if you had black hair or something like that, but you wouldn't be able to notice it. But since he's got gray hair, yeah, it's pretty noticeable. And they definitely could have fixed that. Like, they could have made the I know it's to access the eyeball rolling system in the back of his head, but they could have changed it to like where you can access it on the bottom of the neck. That way we don't have to see a seam. Kind of like what they did with the most recent Terminator, the T-800. Like, they give us a neck adapter that we could plug into the bottom, and then you just remove that neck adapter so you can reach the eyeball rolling system, the joysticks. So I think they could have done that with this head sculpt. But yeah, other than that, perfect head sculpt. So, but because of the seam, the horrible noticeable seam on the back of the head, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So there you go, guys. That does it for the likeness. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. All right, so we've made it to the category of outfit. But before we start talking about the outfit, I want to show you guys this pose. Pretty awesome. as you can see, the Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, Emperor Palpatine hands, they can fit on this Darth Sidious figure. So you can use those hands to put the Force Lightning from the Episode 6 Emperor Palpatine figure. I mean, they are a lot longer, but I think they look better. But we'll talk more about that during the accessories section. I just wanted to show this off to show you guys that this is possible. Yeah, he's here battling with Yoda. All right, so yeah, the outfit, very, very nice. It did a very good job, I'd say. Hot Toys. It's like it feels like the same material that they used on the Episode 6 Emperor Palpatine. As at least as far as the robe goes. But there are some sections that are velvet, like this. I don't know what you would call this. Like, it's not really a scarf, but I don't know. Something that goes around the robe, and then you see the pendant there. So that's cool. And the robe itself has like a textured material that it's made out of. It is cloth, so you don't have to worry about peeling pleather on that. Also, the cuffs are made of that same velvet material. And there are wires running through the velvet clothing piece that goes around the robe. So you can manipulate that any way you like if you want a dynamic pose. Also on the hood, standard wire that they put through it so you can manipulate it any way you want. Me, I'm always going to have the hood up on this figure because that's basically how he was throughout the movie in this outfit once he put it on. So, and then underneath the robe, it's like another cloth piece. You can kind of see it on the cuffs here. It does have like a texture to it. So it runs all the way up to his neck, the collar piece, kind of like a gown. Let me see if I could open it up so you guys could see. So there you go. So yeah, he does have that underneath. Also, more wires running along all the bottom of the robe. So you can manipulate that however you want as well. And I think he also does have a fat suit underneath the inner cloth piece. I could feel it as I was posing the figure. And then we come to his boots. I really don't like the decision that Hot Toys made with the boots. They gave us these pleather boots, which you know are not going to last and eventually are going to start flaking. you'd think that they'd learn their lesson by now, but nope. They just keep giving us these pleather material clothing. Or whatever. You're just gonna have to be mindful of taking care of it, and keeping it in dry areas with very low humidity. Yeah. So not happy about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the outfit. There is no place to store his lightsaber. Usually, Sith and Jedi figures, they have their belt where you can hang their lightsaber hilt, but Darth Sidious does not have that, which is fine because it's not like you could see it anyway. He's always wearing this robe. So yeah. But yeah, that does it for the outfit. I'd say that it's 100% accurate to how he looked in the movie, at least toward the end of the movie. So yeah. But because of those pleather boots, I think I'm gonna have to knock it down 1 point. I think it's time to show Hot Toys some tough love. Uh, Tell them not to give us these pleather clothing accessories anymore. So yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. All right, so that does it for the outfit. Now we're gonna move on to the next category. All right, so now we've made it to the category of articulation. And this figure, it's pretty much the same. I think so. Yeah, it's pretty much the same body as the Episode 6 Emperor Palpatine figure. I don't think they really changed the body for that. Yeah, it's pretty much standard articulation. We'll run it through as usual. It's one solid piece from the base of the neck to the top of the head, the whole head sculpt. There's no split at the bottom of the jaw. So it's ball and socket, and so you could turn it all the way around 360, good lean from side to side, and he could look up and down really well as well. Good shoulder shrug. He can do a T-pose. And he's got good butterfly joints. And he could do a full 360 degrees all the way around, except you got to be careful of the robe, not to put too much stress on that. And then when we move down to the elbows, he's got double bend elbows. And I believe he also has bicep swivel, which is pretty good too. And then standard wrist pegs. Same ones that the Episode 6 Emperor Palpatine has. So yeah. And good, very good ab crunch, I would say. So if you want to put him in the Episode 6 chair, the Emperor's chair up there, he can sit there if you want to pose him on it. So yeah. And what else? He does have good waist swivel, so you can turn him back and forth. He can lean side to side as well. And he can bend backwards good too. And he can kick forward 90 degrees from the crotch to the thigh area. He's got good articulation right there. He does have thigh swivel and double bend knees. I don't know if he could do the splits. I haven't tried to go that far, but he can spread his legs pretty far. I think I mentioned double bend knees already. And as for the boots, like I said before, they're made of a pleather material, which I think it's a bad choice. I think they should have been sculpted. Or they could have given us the suede boots like they did with the episode 6 Emperor Palpatine. But since they are sort of soft material, they have good articulation. So you can rock the ankles back and forth and hinge them up and down as well. So no problems there. So yeah, all in all, very good articulation. Pretty standard for Hot Toys. Let me give you guys a good 360 degree view. Yeah. So because of that, I think I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 for articulation. All right, so as you can see, I got them paired up here with Yoda again. They're basically about to get it on. They both pulled out their lightsabers for the first time. If you guys can remember, they were both in this pose. They were about to clash. I haven't plugged in the lightsaber yet. I have nowhere to plug it into at the moment, but I will show you what it looks like lit up at the end of this review. So stick around for that. All right, so we made it to the category of accessories. And he doesn't come with a lot of accessories, to be honest, guys. We'll start with the hands, as always. He comes with a total of 9 hands. And they're all very detailed, as usual. You know, Hot Toys never disappoints with their quality hands. You got, like, rotted fingernails here. Wrinkles, the veins you can see, texture on the skin. Very, very good. But yeah, you know, he comes with this like semi-pointing hand, and then another hand, 2 left hands that are cut pretty much the same. This one, this is a little bit more bent, the fingers, but very, very similar. So I don't know. And then he comes with these Force Lightning hands. I did have these posed on him at the beginning of the review, so you guys could see. I don't know how to feel about them. They look nice, but I still like the old Force Lightning from the Hot Toys episode 6, Emperor Palpatine. I guess I like them both. I can't really choose between them. You know, if you want more space, you could go with these, but if you have room to spare, you would go with the Force Lightning from the episode 6 figure. These. So it's up to you. But yeah, I had them posed with both hands. You guys could see for yourself which ones you prefer. But anyway, those are all the hands. He also comes with this gesturing left hand and lightsaber holding hand for the right hand. Yeah, he also comes with another gripping hand, but I guess he's gripping in a different position. I don't know. And I guess you could use this pointing hand over here to grip the lightsaber on his left hand. So yeah. And then he comes with a couple of spread open hands as well. So yeah. Then we also get the light up lightsaber. But as I told you guys, as I mentioned before, it's not lit up yet because I don't have anywhere to plug it in right now. But once he's set up in my display, I'll show you guys what he looks like. But yeah, this is the light up lightsaber. The wire is hidden in his sleeve. That way, it looks more believable. So yeah, that's cool. And the light bulb does function very brightly, which is good. And so he comes with this static, motionless lightsaber blade and this swooshing lightsaber blade. Standard for all Sith and Jedi figures. So yeah. And then this is the non-light up lightsaber hilt. I love all these lightsaber hilts. Every single one of them are unique to each individual character. And Darth Sidious is no different. So yeah, really nice. It's cool to see a up close, in person lightsaber from each character. So yeah, really, really nice. So yeah, so that's cool. Obviously, he also comes with a spare pair of wrist pegs just in case you break the ones that are already on the figure. And he also comes with the tool used to move the eyes. So that's cool. And then this base, sort of a diorama base, I guess. Reminds me a lot of a cogwheel. Those that you find like on the inner workings of a clock or something like that. So yeah, this is pretty nice. The center here is just made of cardboard, which is kind of cheap. I wish, they would have used something else besides that. And they made it look like a steel grate, but it's cardboard. But yeah, I hear that they're using this base for a lot of Star Wars characters, which that's not good. I hate when they reuse bases. Like, I'd say 2 times you could use it, the same base, but if you're going past 2 times, that's too much. Yeah, you're just getting lazy now. But luckily, this is the only figure I have at this moment that has this type of base. So I'm not complaining. And obviously, he has the metal nameplate there in the front. It says Darth Sidious this time, whereas the episode 6 had Emperor Palpatine on it. So that's cool. That distinguishes the characters just a little bit, even though it's the same character, but yeah. And it also comes with an instruction manual, but you know, this figure isn't that complicated to read up. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't read it, because you know this is a pretty expensive figure, so you do want to make sure that you know you don't damage your figure. Make sure you just read through it. It's one of those things where it's do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all of the accessories. So nothing really special. And I can't really think of anything else it could have come with. I don't think it would have been a good idea for him to come with a regular Palpatine face, like when he's not evil, because he never wears this outfit with that look, if you guys get my meaning. So yeah, I think they did a good job on the accessories. Yeah. Uh, I mean, you could say that he could have come with a backdrop, but I think that the backdrops are just a waste of space. They're nice when you have the space, but other than that, like, yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. Anyway, so for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 for the accessories. Maybe an extra lightsaber that lights up, because in the Clone Wars he does dual wield lightsabers from time to time, but that's just you know, it's not necessary. It's just a added perk. But yeah, that does it for the accessories, guys. So we're gonna add up the scores and wrap up this review. All right, so to add up the scores and wrap up this review, guys, this figure gets a 51 out of 60. Is it necessary to get the I don't know what that new Palpatine is called, the one from episode 3 that has the regular Palpatine look but also the Darth Sidious look? I thought about it, but ultimately I decided to stick to this one, because this is the version that decided to take on Yoda, which was an awesome battle. Legendary, I'd say. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with this one, and I'm not gonna get the other version, the newer version that hasn't come out yet. So yeah. The only thing about it is that this velvet material attracts dust like a magnet. So yeah, but it's a minor thing. No, not a huge deal. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Uh, we're gonna put it in a pause right here, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like lit up with the lightsaber. So here he is with the lightsaber lit up in my display case. How he's gonna be displayed for a while. So I got most of the episode 3 cast in here. All right. I love how the glow of the lightsaber just reflects off his face. Pretty awesome. All right. So there you go, guys. It's another review done and in the bag. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. But until next time, guys, I shall catch you all later on the tube. All right, bye, guys.